Oh boy, do I have a topic to talk about today. Come on, straighten out. So every morning when I have time, I take a morning walk and that kind of sets the mood for the day. I just had this great idea for this episode of the Liminal vlog. When I first started making YouTube videos, I really had no idea what I wanted to do. I thought I did, and I just kind of went with it. And over time, I had to learn how to video edit because I didn't have anybody to do that for me. And eventually, as YouTube got to the point where we could choose what type of thumbnail to put in our video, before it was only 3 different random shots from your video. You couldn't choose. And I remember certain people would actually calculate the exact moment when they could choose the thumbnail. And for a split second, they would insert a random photo of something. And then it would go right back to the video so that when they uploaded it, one of the 3 random shots, which is calculated, was their actual photo that they inserted in the video. It was crazy. I still don't know how people figured that out. As time went on, YouTube allowed you to upload your own thumbnail, which meant that you could customize your thumbnail and put words on it. If you knew how to use Photoshop, like, you automatically had a leg up over everybody. So I had to learn how to use Photoshop. I had to learn how to crop myself out and put words and make fonts and all that. It was a huge learning process. And eventually I figured, well, instead of cropping myself out, I could just take photos of myself and it would be better resolution instead of like a blurry, out of focus thumbnail that I so often would get. I had to buy this camera, this exact camera that you're looking at right now. This is the first DSLR camera that I bought with my own money and for actual vlogging purposes. Since then, I have a plethora of different cameras, and as you can see, I have an abundance of lenses and cameras that I can use. But back in the day, this camera right here, this one right here that you're looking at, was the only camera that I had. But since this camera's main function is actually taking photos and the videos were always secondary to DSLR cameras, I had the opportunity to learn how to take photos of myself. And so a lot of times what I would do is I would set up the camera, put it on a 10-second timer, and take like a photo that almost looks like a selfie, but it's not. And it was just so that we could have slightly better resolution when it comes to cropping myself out or choosing a thumbnail to add words on. And that taught me composition. It taught me how to frame myself to make my photos look interesting. And then fast forward even more, I started using different types of cameras to record things. Cameras that aren't just limited to what the DSLR can do. Like this is, I've broken my first one, but this was a G7X, this is a Mark II. This is actually what I used to use to make my cosplay montages with, simply because it's so small and compact. It makes it super easy for me to get around the convention without having to focus on recording montages with this and also vlogging at the same time. So having 2 different cameras allowed me to separate my content so I could edit them faster in post. That's why I have so many cameras today. And to go beyond that, sometimes I'd record myself with multiple cameras, so I had to learn how to sync the audio and the video. And if you move something slightly off, your entire video gets messed up, and then you have to just either restart the project or just like pray that nobody notices that your lips are out of sync for the rest of the video. Over time, I got tired of doing this because going to a convention, doing the same thing, making the montages, doing the vlogs, filming the cosplay meetups, editing all of that together, it just got so boring, and making vlogs became a chore because I felt like I had to go out every single day to make content entertaining and to get those like nice little shots of like drone foot, oh, I didn't have a drone at the time, to get those time lapses, and then to have to meet up with people, and then to go into the beach, or to go to this, to go to that. It just felt like I wasn't actually living. I started off with a bunch of here, like, let me show you my first camera. This right over here is called the flip cam. It's kind of cool. It basically, you plug it into your computer this way to upload the footage. There's a little screen that you can see. You press record, you set it down like that, and if it's too low, you get like a bunch of books, pile it up, put it on there, and you film yourself. And then I upgraded to this one, which is a slightly better one. I'm glad that it sticks out this way and not the top. These cameras were great at the time, and they were the fundamental tools to teaching me how to vlog. I didn't even realize I was vlogging half the time. There's this one series called Skating with Rayton that I made, and all we would do was just go to skate parks, but I'd film the process of getting there. Technically, that was a vlog before vlogging was vlogging, and I didn't know what that was. I just called it a skate video. It wasn't a skate video. We barely did any skating in it. Eventually I got this camera, the Canon XA20. This one became kind of like my main all-in-one shooter. It's nice because it had a flip screen. I could actually see myself. This was the first introduction I had to external microphones. I'd attach a shotgun microphone on top there, plug it in, and this was the first time I actually learned about good audio. Main thing is, this camera served its purpose of introducing me to better quality audio. Now, before I go off on many more tangents, I just want to say that I needed to tell all of this because of what I'm about to tell you now. After all of this, I ended up shifting into doing photography full time. So I'm like, I'm done making YouTube videos, I'm done video editing, I'm done doing all of that because it takes up too much time. I'm too time consumed with that. I want to experience life, and photos are way simpler for me to streamline. So I decided to go down that route. First thing I did was I went to like almost every shop on the block that I go on my morning walks on, and I would ask them if they need product photography for their food, for whatever. I got rejected by every single store. And eventually I did like a wedding anniversary that got me in contact with Mrs. Hawaii, which eventually led me to the former Mrs. Hawaii, which got me into doing pageant photography, and now it's primarily just pageant videography. The one thing that happened recently was I started to embrace the idea that I am a videographer more than a photographer. I'm like extremely fast at what I do, and the reason why is because I spent 16 years making YouTube videos and I had to learn everything from scratch. I didn't go to film school, I don't know sound engineering, I didn't take like a Photoshop class. I had to learn all of this on my own, and I realized that it wasn't me making the content that was making me bored. It was I hit like a limit because you don't know what you don't know, and I didn't know anything beyond what I was comfortable with. And so being comfortable with making vlogs and making montages limited me to what I could be. And ever since I started working for the Miss International pageant, which by the way, all of the content on there has been made by me, and if you really want to see what my real work is now, go subscribe to that. There'll probably be a link down in the description below if I remember. If not, just type in Miss International Hawaii, find the channel that says Miss International Hawaii, not Miss Hawaii International, that's a different one, Miss International Hawaii, and go subscribe. And comment on the video. Tell them Grant sent you or something. Because I started working with this pageant, there's a lot more that was asked of me. I had to learn how to make flyers, not just crop myself out, but I had to actually make a flyer look elegant. I had to figure out how to edit in a fashion standpoint rather than a vlog standpoint. And all of these things kind of accumulated over the year to the point where it integrated into my style. And now my style of videography is so different from what it was 2-3 years ago. Had I not embraced the idea of I'm a videographer more than I am a photographer, I would not get to where I am right now. In fact, I feel like I've excelled more in the last 2 years than I have in a decade of making videos on YouTube. So I hope that this video is helpful. If there's anything that you feel like you're stuck in, my suggestion would be find ways to break outside of your comfort zone. If you're comfortable doing something, that means you're not growing. And that applies to every aspect of life. I feel like we should never be completely comfortable, and we should definitely not be complacent. Being complacent will stunt your growth. Life is forever a journey, and if you stop at a certain point because you feel comfortable, it is not a good place to be. Let me know if there's a similar situation where you feel stuck, and how are you planning to break out of that comfort zone after watching this video. As always, my name is Grant. I'll see you guys on the next Liminal vlog. Bye-bye.